Not only is Pokemon Go the most downloaded app ever, but it might also be the best app ever. Before Pokemon Go came out, there were not very many people excited for this project that weren't Pokemon fans. It was mainly just the people that had been following the series of games for quite some time, and those who wanted to see it in augmented reality. However, when Pokemon Go came out, it became a craze affluenza of just everybody downloading this game. It was a fad, or it still is. It's only been a week, but the reason that I'm making this review is because I think that Pokemon Go might be one of the best games, apps, anything, social media platforms out there. And I'll tell you why. Now, I'm not a very active kid. I mean, I get my fair share of an hour a day or so, but that's about it. You can't really call me somebody who works out a lot or is always running around. When I got this game, I live out in a more rural area, so there were no real Pokemon by it. I had to drive 3 or 4 minutes to get to my nearest Pokestop. But luckily, I lived in a town that just a couple minutes away, a 10 or 15, was kind of a large city area. So me and my friends would go out every night for probably the past week and catch Pokemon for 8, 10, 12 hours. It's crazy how much time I spent outside exercising, I guess you could say, walking, running around, trying to catch these Pokemon. And when I saw the trailer for this game, I was excited, of course, but I knew, or at least I had thought, that it was going to be kind of like a general catch 'em type game, you know, something that's like Clash of Clans. You get energy, as soon as the energy's out, you can't do anything, or something like that. But after playing this game genuinely wants to bring communities together. At least that's their goal, and they damn well achieved it. I had never seen so many people downtown where I was catching Pokemon, ever, and they were all catching Pokemon. And the best part about it was, everybody wanted to be there. They were all there for the same thing. They were all interested in the same thing, catching Pokemon. They probably the most friendly people I have ever met. You know, we would be walking down the street, and then some guy would come up and be like, "Oh, there's cloisters down there. I can show you where they are. Let me go get them." Or people are putting multiple lure modules over all these Pokestops, so that, you know, people that are just kind of wandering by can catch like Hypnos and Jinxes and stuff like that. It has brought me friends who I would have never met if it were not for this app and I wasn't just in a big group. I mean, it's almost seamless migration where me and my friend will be walking around, and then we'll get into a group of 5 or 6, and then that group will split off, and then it'll go like 50-50, and then the other half of the group joins a group of like 8, and you meet more and more trainers, I guess I could call them. You meet more and more of those people all the time, and it's awesome. You're all going around, you know, you click, you see like a outline of a Pokemon you don't have, and it's really rare, like a Rhyhorn, or, you know, a Jinx or Cloyster, or even a Butterfree, and you follow it, and sooner or later you look to your left and your right, and there's dozens of people following, not you per se, but that Pokemon. And, you know, they're all like, "Oh, well, we'll check over here if you guys check over there," and then they go off, and they don't keep that to themselves. If somebody sees the footsteps go down, they go, "Hey guys, we're over here, it's over here, come on, we got it." And everybody's so supportive and friendly. And even the people who are just like messing around and like, "Oh, I saw a Gyarados down by the river," like, even they're just having like a fun time with the app, and they're trying. Oh my gosh, this app, I know that the hype's going to die down eventually. No app stays like this forever. And I know that in a couple months, maybe I'll even be bored of it. Not bored per se, but not wanting to go out every night. But right now, it is terrific, and I'm sure that in a few months, when I'm kind of tired of seeing the same Pokemon over and over, they'll release second gen, and then guess what? I'm gonna want to go out every single night and catch all those Pokemon, and then they'll release third gen, and then guess what? Yes, the gym and the combat system are kind of wonk and very simple, but they had to do that to appeal to a mass audience or kids that don't understand the battling. So I can't really fault them for that. But if they wanted to add in like a bit more complex battling, I would not be offended or against it. Definitely not. So I just think that this game, it may not be a perfect 10 out of 10 because yes, it's glitchy, there's bugs, but it has brought me closer. I've never felt like I lived in a town where everybody knew everybody, and you know, everybody was helpful and everybody felt like a sense of community. But now I do, and there's with people that I don't even know their names, you know. I just go out and for 4 hours I will be walking and talking and having a conversation with this person who I've never met before, isn't my age, maybe not my gender or anything, and we have one thing in common, and it's that we both really want to go out and play this game. It is a 10 out of 10 social media site. It is probably the best social media site because it's getting people outside and outdoors and interacting with real people finally. And I feel like that's something Nintendo has been trying to do with Pokemon games all along, was to get you out with other people. You know, even the Pokemon that you have to trade to evolve, you know, you had to go out and find somebody to go do that with you. And it is just a really terrific experience, and I definitely recommend this app to anybody, not only who likes Pokemon, but likes to meet new people and just hang out and feel close to their city, you know. That's gonna be it from me today, guys. The review on the game, it's, you know, there's bugs. I'm not gonna fault that there's bugs. Sometimes I get really upset because I'll try to catch a really important Pokemon and then the Pokeball will just stay there and I'll have to exit out and swipe and I don't get the Pokemon. So game wise, I'd give it probably like a 7 to 8 out of 10, but just as an overall premise, it is definitely a craze that has brought me closer to people than I've ever felt in my entire life. So in that aspect, it gets a straight 10 out of 10. Like this review if you liked it. Comment what you guys thought of Pokemon Go down below. And I will definitely be back for our next video soon, you guys. Peace out.